Yes, people, here we go. This new collaborative project, EP, album, whatever you want to call it. A new collaborative collection from ISOxo and Knock2 as ISOKNOCK. And this is called Forever. Like I said, 8 tracks, 27.5 minutes long. We got a couple of cool collaborations here. Yeah, these two individually, ISOxo and Knock2, just a couple of my favorites in the scene overall, not just kind of underground or up and comers, whatever you want to call them. I think they've both kind of reached that, higher echelon of recognition and relevance, if you will, within the scene. They are highly regarded, mad amount of monthly listeners for each of them, and making, really fantastic music covering all sorts of genres within bass music. So what are they going to cook up together? Let's find out, shall we? Just want to say that if you are watching on YouTube, if you enjoy bass music coverage, EDM coverage, electronic music coverage of all kinds, that is on this channel right here. And yeah, subscribe, like the video if you could. It's free and it helps me out. But without any further ado, let's crack on with this collection of music, starting with the opener, which is called Thrash, in brackets, Party Starter. Let's get it. Already with that grand melody, just kicking it off. You're never gonna, they're always gonna do that. Do you know what I mean? They've just got that, both of them, in their locker. Just kicking off with that amazing note choice. Come on, I love it. I hear those squeals in the background, I hear those, they're creeping up. I like that wow 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 wow, giving it that kind of like rubbery effect on the screechy synth. Enjoying that. That note choice is absolutely elite. That is like everything there is to love about big room, anthemic, hard trap kind of music. That is like, okay, very interesting. And a couple of people in the chat going, here we go. I was like, please don't ruin it. Please don't say what happened. Something's going to happen. I know something's going to happen, but please don't ruin it. I would never have guessed that. Hey. There's not a lot going on here. Not a lot going on, but it is fun. It is fun. And then just a nice little trap instrumental to kind of round things off. Okay. It's a good opener. I think pretty emphatic. Good genre variety. I think the original idea with the first drop, pretty good. I like the wow, 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 wow. The kind of, it's not like a reverby effect, but it's kind of like, when you got like a sheet of metal and it's doing that whole like wobble thing and it's creating that noise. The second drop does kind of come out of nowhere. I appreciate the switch up there. That's pretty cool. Felt a little bit empty as it went on. It wasn't very layered, or like not a lot sound wise going on there. But I think the kind of novelty of that switch up is cool. I appreciate that a lot. The melody that we get, just the grandeur of this tune, is very kind of harking back, to the origins of the big room festival trap kind of vibe. Really enjoyed that a lot. Some clear boombox cartel influence in there, and yeah, just this is a solid opener. It's probably not going to be one of my favorites from either of them, or from the ISOKNOCK project overall. Could have had a little bit more to it conceptually as the first drop, leaving the first impression for the whole project, not just that tune. But yeah, solid opener. Good bits of variety, like I said. Moving on, we have Trouble. Oh, it's a cheekster. Oh, it's a little cheekster. Oh, those sounds are so devilish. Biatch! Trap arms. Ooh. Yeah, that was a cheeky little tune, cheeky number. I love the garage, I love how when it's all cut, I like the trappy bits that we're getting here as well. Really enjoying again how clean cut it is, the production's really nice and crisp. I think they left enough spaces, enough gaps with the ideas that we got there to make it, you know, just give each sound enough space and not make it feel like there was too much going on. And the transitioning in and out of the garage and trap just felt, you know, pretty natural. You know, none of it really felt forced or like, you know, certain choices with the heaviness didn't make sense. So yeah, that was another nifty little banger. Again, a little bit of a feeling of, you know, you want to scale these tracks up, these ideas up a little bit more. But that's just a bit of a reflection on their standard, if you know what I mean. Like, they've both put out such amazing music that I'm not gonna lie, whenever I hear new stuff from them, I'm like, ceiling's here, guys, and you got to kind of, you know, reach that or get pretty close to it if you're wanting it to stand out within your discography, given what you've put out so far. Next up, we have Energy with Bantu. That's the musicality that I'm talking about. That's the grandeur. That's just, you know, you can't just pick any notes. Which notes work alongside other ones to elicit and create that feeling, that big feeling. They're just, yeah, just sensational. Okay. Very festival vibes, reminding me of a couple of Skrillex songs from the recent past. That Bean collaboration got that kind of bounciness with the kicks, you know. Oh, a couple of wubs. Oh yeah. It's catchy. Now the vocals in my head, you know it's an earworm, you know it's a catchy one. Yeah, that was a very fun song. Just the vocal, the plumpness, the roundedness of that beat, the punch of it. It feels manageable, accessible, without having the punch of like a boom, boom, like really kind of in your face with it. It's just got that nice kind of rounded execution. Very, very good. And the vocal from Bantu is joyous. It's full of life and vim and vigor. Really nice bit of animation just to kind of bring the instrumental up that little bit more, amp up the tribal vibe and the party, the festival, just atmosphere and essence with the whole track. Really like that. In tracks before with this project so far, I think the gap leaving has been quite good and just been a good thing just to leave those sounds as they are. But here there's a couple of gaps where you're just like, you know, just a bit more filling there. Would have picked the track up, and pushed it forward that little bit more. A breakdown at some point, like a trappy breakdown or more of a wubby kind of breakdown, would have been good, maybe in the middle, just to contextualize the more festival oriented stuff. But following up, we have track number 4, which is called Pain. More like tribal vibes, you know. It's got a little bit of a dog blood feeling to it, I think, for me anyway. Turn on the light. Turn off the light. Turn off the light. Even though this one might seem the most upbeat with the actual beat itself, the BPM of it and whatnot, it still feels like the flattest in terms of just how much is going on. Like, the production's good, don't get me wrong, and they make use of the sounds that are there, but the gaps are more available. It needs like a bit more gap filling just to really beef the sound up, beef the overall instrumental up for me. okay, that's a bit better. It's got more going on. Still for me lacking that little bit of flair. The drums are fantastic. They sound really good. Like the definition and the feel, like the tribal feel of that percussion is great. I love it, but beyond the vocal, which is good, just needed that little bit more spice, like layered on top. Let us move forward to the lead single from the project with RL Grime, which is called Smack Talk. We've had 4 tracks so far. I like this track a fair bit, so let's just sit back and enjoy. This introduction is just fucking holy. It's got an angelic, godlike kind of feel about it, you know. Where's the Apache collaboration, fam? Like, imagining opening up a set with that holy kind of vocal play, just opening up a set. Yeah, I mean, it's got pretty much everything, this one, for me. Couple little points maybe where you like where it's lacking a little bit comparatively, but mostly just does everything. I'm so sorry. Sometimes it just fucking trickles out of me. I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking sorry, mate. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Even these bits, even these little synth sounds, just give it, it's like this is almost like an organ sound, isn't it? Just adding to that holy, church-like, angelic kind of vibe. Oof. What an absolute banger. I have to be honest, that's one of those where I'm just like, no notes really, nothing really to add. I like the change as well from the from the first to the second drop. I think that's a very important one. All the, you know, brass sounds are fantastic. The introduction with that holiness to it. Yeah, just hard to think of where this one goes wrong. It's a great collaboration. RL Grime very much putting his stamp on the track as well. And yes, can't forget the snares. People keep telling me to mention the snares. I mean, that sounds like an ISOxo snare to me. You've all seen my tweet. My firstborn child is going to be called the thing that I love most. And on that note, moving on, we have track number 6, I think we're at now, which is Signal with Dava. From one snare that really articulates the whole track and like polishes it off, to one that just flattens the sound, the whole sound. I personally can't back that sound, that snare sound, but they chose it for a reason. These guys are pros, they chose it for a reason, so. It's very animated, it's very electrifying, but I just can't help but feel that snare just kind of depresses the overall sound and just brings it down. But the rest of it, the idea is good. Again, electrifying, just scintillating stuff. Yeah, that's a perfect case for me of like a good idea that again changes very effectively from one drop to another and just has loads of good elements, loads of good things on offer. Just having that one sound that just affects how the whole thing, for me anyway, is interpreted. And you can't sit there and say that a snare doesn't change the whole sound, because it does. The squealing is effective, it's good, without again feeling overbearing, just produced in this really nice contained way with such a loud and in-your-face sound. But yeah, it's just like I personally can't unhear that. Like, I can't escape it. And especially knowing that both of these guys have such good like snares in their catalogue and their locker discography. So to hear something like that is just a little bit odd and doesn't quite fit for me. Vocal sampling in that track was very good. Or actually, no, it was an actual vocal, wasn't it? Yeah, an actual vocal feature from Dava, whatever it is, let me know. We have the penultimate cut now, and that track is called Blind, and we have Araya, not Aria, by the way, and Surbak. So here we go. Oh, is this going to be more of a chilled one? Just to bring in the final cut, bit more reflective. Someone was talking earlier about that electric guitar influence. You can clearly hear that there. I'm a fan. And a fade out. Not often that you hear a fade out in bass music or just electronic music at large. And we did get that, of course, with Nightpunk, who just got mentioned in the chat. So, you know, is it making a comeback? I love that concept. I love that toning down of the energy, that more reflective, kind of melancholic, but it did have, like, you know, a fair bit of hopeful feeling in it as well, I think, with the vocal. That's really good. Important also, I think, that that's the penultimate track here and not the final one. Which does make me feel, don't spoil it, but it does make me feel like we are going to get a banger here just to, you know, round the collection, the project off, because you wouldn't have like 2 of those in a row for people who mostly make like quite banger-centric music. But yeah, very good to have that track in there, showing another string to both of their bows. The imagery is provided for you by the music. Yeah, definitely getting that driving sunset vibe. But now we have the closer, and the closer is the title track with Cade Clare. 3 minutes 15 is the title tune. Let's get it. I can't help myself tonight. Feels like forever in a trance. Oi! Yes, we love it. Yeah, we love it, we love it, we love it. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like lending from the energy of the penultimate cut with a little bit, again, more of a chilled vibe, but just a bit more upbeat. So this closing couplet that we're getting here, just going for a particular vibe, just to, yeah, you know, soothing feel, bring the tone down just a little bit. Nice bit of dreamy trap music here, a la Skrillex's second album, forgot what it's called again, from last year. What's it called? Don't get too close. Fuck me. I need to sleep. I need to sleep. The beat was nice, the pulsating feel, whilst also having that, you know, quite, again, reflective feel. It's just a good combination. I think it's another example of the vocal combining with the instrumental well, complementing it well. There's good bits of elevation there in terms of that, you know, kind of chemistry relationship. Just ran pretty smoothly through the different, you know, beats and BPMs as well. So yeah, just a nice little closer offer there. Again, taking some of the energy from the penultimate cut. But overall, I think for me, beyond the RL Grime collaboration Smack Talk, I don't think there's another that is like, on that first listen anyway, you know, I'm going to go back to it a lot. Some of these tracks are going to grow on me a lot. I don't think there is one beyond that that is like properly, you know, knocking me back, knocking me for 6 kind of thing. Just leaving a really big impression on me. Like I can remember that there is a lot of good material here, a lot of variety, but the amount of ideas that are really, you know, kind of hitting me in the face here aren't that many, if I'm being honest, at the moment, beyond Smack Talk. But, you know, a lot of the foundational stuff is very down for this collection, unsurprisingly. The production's very good. A lot of the sound choice is fantastic. There are some very good vocals on here as well, which can't be missed as a point and a factor of this collection. There's some good choice there in terms of who went on this project. So yeah, a lot of it is down. A lot of the foundational stuff very there. It's just some of the ideas, I'm like, yeah, a little bit flat for them compared to, you know, their best and, you know, what they're usually known for. But who knows how I will feel about them overall over time. And if you are watching on YouTube, just wait for the chat to go, hello YouTube, and you get that nice kind of greeting. But also, please do subscribe, please do like the video, it's free. It costs you absolutely nothing and it helps me out, so please do that. Thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed this video, and I shall see you in the next one, whatever that might be. Peace.